Feel the power.
Oh, I could feel it.
Our moment of triumph approaches. It's
Rock Talk.
Not that long ago, the New Hampshire Union leader enthusiastically endorsed Governor Chris Christie for the Republican nomination for president. At the same time, the editorial staff at the paper, Grant Bossy, and publisher Joe McQuaid were making a giant word salad with candidate Donald Trump, and the words were not entirely civil. After the magic first-in-the-nation New Hampshire primary fairy dust settled, Mr. Trump walked away with almost 5 times as many votes as Mr. Christie, with just over 100,000 compared to Governor Christie's 21,000. Donald Trump in first, Governor Christie in sixth. Governor Christie dropped out of the race after that, and after resounding Trump wins in South Carolina and Nevada, Governor Christie has endorsed Donald Trump for president. Speaking at a press conference before a Trump rally in Texas, Governor Christie said, "The best person to beat Hillary Clinton in November on that stage last night is undoubtedly Donald Trump. They do not know the playbook with Donald Trump because he is rewriting the playbook." Does that mean the union leader has effectively endorsed Trump, if only vicariously, through Chris Christie? New Hampshire Rebellion, the latest in a long line of front groups advancing the progressive war on free speech, has announced the winners of its Granny D Awards. Granny D is a famous New Hampshire Democrat who spent years trying to silence free speech under the false flag of campaign finance reform. New Hampshire Rebellion's champions of this ongoing effort include Democrat Congressman John Sarbanes from Maryland, listed in the announcement as a Democrat, North Carolina Congressman Walter Jones, listed as a Republican who happens to have a sketchy conservative review rating of only 76. New Hampshire State Senator Martha Fuller Clark, no party affiliation listed. New Hampshire State Senator David Pierce, no party affiliation listed. 5 New Hampshire Rebellion volunteers, no party affiliation, and the founder of Americans for Campaign Reform, John Rao. New Hampshire State Senator Martha Fuller Clark, famous for owning a safe house for out-of-state vote stealers in the historic vote fraud district of Portsmouth, is a career left-wing Democrat. State Senator Pierce is likewise. So why did New Hampshire Rebellion deliberately exclude that information, not just in the bullet list of winners at the top of the announcement, but in the wordy, praise-filled bios for each that followed? The obvious answer is that to include such information makes New Hampshire Rebellion look like what it is, a shadow project of the far left that uses the public funding of elections as a wedge issue to attract dopey, ill-informed Republicans as bipartisan cover, while they build a list of names they can call on for more aggressive campaign finance reform sorties in the future. And yes, as a matter of fact, we have the proof and we've published it. Go to GraniteRock.com and search for an article titled New Hampshire Rebellion's Many Progressive Bedfellows. And to all those Republicans I keep telling to distance themselves from this group, it's not too late to run away from them. Frank Adelblood, New Hampshire House Republican and candidate for governor, has an editorial in this morning's Union Leader. In it he says, "Some argue that if we cannot come up with another funding mechanism, that Obamacare Medicaid expansion will simply cease. We were told the same thing in 2013 when it was initially authorized. It is also in direct contradiction to those arguing for reauthorization today. Those same voices say that it would be immoral to give people health insurance and then take it away. If it were immoral today, would it not be immoral in 2018 after they have had the benefit for 4 years and not just 2? 3 more people died this week, and over a dozen were wounded thanks to gun-free zones and laws disarming law-abiding citizens. 90 minutes after being served with a restraining order, 38-year-old Cedric Larry Ford of Newton, Kansas, walked through the Kansas factory where he worked with an illegally obtained AKM carbine and a Glock pistol, randomly shooting his co-workers. The first good guy with a gun on the scene shot and killed Ford. Bob Owens, writing at BearingArms.com, observed that we need employers to recognize that concealed carriers are the most law-abiding citizens in the nation. We need employers to understand that these law-abiding citizens with firearms can save and have saved countless lives, and that so-called gun-free zones only serve to empower those sick souls who desire nothing more than to lash against the world in hate. A handgun left at home or locked in the console of an employee's car isn't going to do anyone any good when shots break out on a factory floor or on the other side of the cubicle wall. Gun-free zones get people killed." Need more Grok Talk? Well, you can catch new shows Saturday mornings from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Miss a show? Not a problem. Past shows are rebroadcast here daily from 9 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. Join us for 2 hours of unapologetic conservatism. And we're not just armed with opinions.
Rock